I wanted to build a darker version of the small side table, and I wanted to go beyond the big box build. For this build I used walnut plywood, and I colored the angle iron using a process common to firearms. It wasn't difficult at all, and I really liked the look. I started by ripping an 8-inch strip of walnut plywood and then cross-cutting it into 8-inch squares. Here you can see I'm taping the cut line to yield a cleaner crosscut. I then glued up the 3 walnut panels. And clamped them with a kettlebell. After the glue dried, I beveled 2 edges of the top, and I made sure not to come to a point at the top, but to leave a little bit, maybe a couple of millimeters of extra material there so it doesn't chip out in daily usage. To complete the construction of the top, I gave it a good sanding and made sure to round over that back corner so that it would fit nicely into the angle iron. And then I finished the top with some Danish oil. This never gets old. To construct the table leg, I used the remaining angle iron from the previous build and cleaned it up with a flap disc. Then I moved on to a flap wheel to provide the linear brushed look that I was going for. To darken the angle iron, I used permablue, which is used to give firearms that gunmetal color. You simply rub on the solution, let it work for a minute or so, and then neutralize it with clean water. Repeat the process until you get the desired effect on the angle iron. I drilled the holes in the angle iron, starting with a smaller bit and then working my way to the final size necessary for my fasteners. For this darker build, the concrete also needed to be darkened, so I used a Quickrete Colorant, which I added to the water that I eventually used to mix the concrete. Mix, mix, mix. Fill, fill, fill. For more information on this form, go back to the previous big box build where I provide a little more detail on the construction of the form. Finally, I vibrate the form to remove any air bubbles trapped in the wet concrete. Here I am using a putty knife to remove the base from the form. I really like the color of this new base. I think it's going to go great with that dark angle iron. To complete the base, I drill a hole for the leg shield, and then I tap it in place. I learned from the original big box build that I only needed one leg shield to mount the table leg to the concrete base. Next, I drill the top for the leg bolts that will attach the top to the angle iron. So here I am attaching the top to the angle iron leg. You'll notice that the fasteners don't match the leg. I, however, at this point, have not noticed this. When I finish it, I'll then remove the fasteners and I will have to darken them using the bluing process. I just dip it in the permablue, and then I'll, after it darkens up, neutralize it in the water. And I'll repeat this application a number of times until I get the desired finish color. And here it is reassembled. I really like this darker version, and I really like this gunmetal effect. This is also going to find a home in my office. Thanks for watching. Now go build something. Check out some other videos from Modern DIY, and if you like them, subscribe.